So you're thinking about moving to Bend, Oregon, and you want to learn about another one of the 13 distinctive neighborhoods here in town. Well, look no further than the Southwest neighborhood. That's exactly where we're at right now. We're just off of the Deschutes River here. We're right here in the Brookswood corridor right now, a great little shopping center that is surrounding the River Rim subdivision, among many others in this area of town. So if this video and this vlog sounds like it's for you, stick around. We're going to be getting after this tour of Southwest Bend right now.
If this is your first time on the channel and you'd like to know everything there is to know about living, eating, sleeping, playing, the good and the bad of Bend, Oregon and the surrounding areas, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know what the heck's going on around here. My name is Zach Nutter. This is Ryan Rudloff. We're both licensed brokers with eXp Realty, and we have lived here in Bend for over 30 years, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We'd love to connect with you, help you make the smooth move here to Bend. So with that being said, we are in the Brookswood Plaza. Behind us, you've got CE Lovejoy's. It's a supermarket. It's a small kind of neighborhood supermarket. You've got two different restaurants. You've got Cabin 22. You also have a new Asian fusion type restaurant. There's a salon in here. There's a gym. There's a community workspace that's really great, but it's a really nice little area for the neighborhood to have some commerce, have some restaurants nearby. Right down the way, you've got the old mill downtown. The river's not far away. So we're going to show you this little shopping center. We jump in the car. We're going to show you a bunch of the neighborhoods. We hope you enjoy the southwest side of Bend.
All right, so we are just down the road from the Brookswood Meadow Plaza here. We're in River Rim now. It's one of the newer subdivisions in the southwest part of Bend. I mean, it's not super new per se. I mean, some of these homes are up to 20 years old, maybe even a little bit beyond that, but it's a very modern neighborhood right now. Behind us is a fantastic nature preserve. It's 5 acres. It is completely preserved. It's just for nature, for walking, for things like that, exercising in the area over there. And then we have the homes that are all around this preserve area right now. These homes range anywhere in between 1,200 square feet up to 3,500 square feet. And the price points are somewhere in the high 7s all the way up to the low 1.2, maybe up to 1.3 range, depending on what the size and the specs of the home are. So a great neighborhood here. It's sunny out right now. It's late November, so you can see that we always talk about up to 300 days of sunshine a year. And we're not lying about that, because that is the case here in Bend.
So this is the southernmost really developed neighborhood in the southwest side of town. So you've got we're gonna walk. Ryan wants to walk now.
Start walking.
Okay, so in the late 90s, they started building Elkhorn Estates, and then they kind of worked south, Elkhorn Estates, and then River Canyon Estates, and then River Rim. And this is the last kind of newer subdivision that's built out here. It's got the big nature preserve. It's got a lot of the homes. They're all kind of craftsman style. I like being up here. I'm taller than you right now, right?
We've done this before.
But it's got a lot of big pine trees. They did a good job preserving a lot of the pine trees, replanted a lot of other trees. But it's a really neat neighborhood, craftsman style homes. It is definitely on the higher side of price point for the southwest side of Bend. But the homes are fantastic. The lots are usually 0.1 of an acre to 0.2 of an acre, so decent sized lots. A lot of mix of single story, 2-story homes, but it's a really neat neighborhood. It's really quiet. You're really quick access down to the old mill. So you just get on Brookswood and you can be down in the old mill in about 2-3 minutes at the most. As we go, so this neighborhood does not have a pool. River Canyon Estates, Renaissance Ridge down the way, they both have pools, but this neighborhood does not have that kind of community center. So We're gonna keep going. We're gonna show you a bunch of stuff in this neighborhood, and then we're gonna head on. We're gonna show you River Canyon Estates, Elkhorn Estates, showing you down by the old mill, and we'll wrap up.
Okay, we made it to River Vale now, just on the other side of River Rim, a little bit further into the subdivision here. You can see the Deschutes River behind us here. That's where the subdivision stops, right? And so the river goes right around, and we have homes that are right on the river right now. The River Vale subdivision is only a couple years old, maybe 4 years old at most. It's a polished homes neighborhood. Very unique and very up and coming with regard to where its proximity is located, related to where the Deschutes River is right now. If you look across the river there, we've got Bachelor View Estates. That's off of Century Drive. That's more of like the Century West neighborhood. And that's the road that goes up to Mount Bachelor. So what's interesting about where we're standing right now in this newer subdivision of River Vale is that we are probably 30 to 35 minutes away from Mount Bachelor by car, based off of the roads that you have to take to get there. We have to drive into town towards the old mill and then get on Century Drive, cross the river at the Healy Bridge on Reed Market Road, then venture up towards Mount Bachelor. But the homes that are across the river where we're standing right now are probably just 15 minutes away from Mount Bachelor, because they're already on the road up to Mount Bachelor. Very interesting location, and all that divides them is the Deschutes River.
So this, like Ryan said, this is kind of the newest neighborhood of the Southwest Corridor, and it's very unique. There are several homes. Most homes in here are probably going to be 800,000, 900,000, $1 million, 1, 2. But then you have homes that are $3 million that are actively listed right now that sit on the river. Because when you're on the inside, this is very much like River Canyon Estates or River Rim. But these homes, I bet there's probably 12 to 15 of them that run along the canyon here that are just unique. You're looking at where the river bends of the Deschutes River. You've got some rapids down there. It's slower moving, but you can hear the water. They're such unique lots. So they're definitely a much higher price point if you sit right here on the canyon overlooking the river.
Yeah. what Zach was saying, it's like there's only so many pieces of property that are right on the river, right? And so the city of Bend tries to acquire more, bring them into the urban growth boundary, and then developers or individual home buyers or developers will wind up acquiring the property to build on those lots. But like you can see here, if we pan over, you see this home right behind us here. It's right there on the river. It's a polished home. It was built probably 4 years ago, but it's just fantastically located, and it's very, very rare that you get river view and mountain view at the exact same time in Bend. And this is one of the neighborhoods that actually does offer that for a few of the select houses, like Zach was talking about. Maybe 12 to 15 of these home sites are right on the river. But also, if we look over here, we might be able to see Bachelor and some of the mountains behind us. But it's a bluebird day right now in late November, and we're still getting that weather that gives us our notoriety here up in the Northwest. The Northwest is known for being wet and dreary and cloudy all the time, but we're on the other side of those mountains right behind us, and that's why we get so much sunshine. But this is a fantastic neighborhood. We'll start walking around, checking it out, give you guys a feel for the layout of this particular neighborhood. One of the newer neighborhoods in the Southwest Bend neighborhood, is this River Vale subdivision. So we'll continue moving on with this tour, show you guys some more of what's around the Southwest neighborhood. There's 2 schools here, Elk Meadow Elementary and Pine Ridge Elementary, but there's also several other great subdivisions as we get closer and closer to, say, the old mill in the downtown area where Bend and all the action really is.
So we are in River Canyon Estates now, but we want to show you how amazing this access is. So it has access right down to the river trail. So the river trail is this trail system that runs all along the Deschutes River. So from the old, there's portions of it all through town, but from the old mill, it's about a 3-mile circle. You go down, and then there's a bridge out in the forest, cross over, and take you right back to the old mill. It's an absolutely amazing trail, but you are just minutes from the river trail here in River Canyon Estates. We actually didn't even have to get out onto Brookswood to get to River Canyon Estates. River Canyon Estates also, then I believe you can get from River Canyon Estates into the old mill. No, yeah. Into what's the other neighborhood?
There's Aspen Rim,
Elkhorn Estates.
Yep.
They all kind of feed into each other, but you've got this great access here. You are literally just a couple minutes to the river trail. So we wanted to show you this. We're going to walk down there real quick. We'll film it for you, show you how close you actually are.
We'll show you guys some proximity to the river. We just saw some of the houses that were in the neighborhood here. We're walking down this slope right now. There's people that walk, they hike, they run, they bring their dogs down here on a daily basis. And so it's a very popular area like Zach was talking about. But there's just homes that are just up and down the canyon here. And they are on both sides. We have Mount Bachelor Village on one side. We have the River Canyon Estates subdivision on the one that we're on right now, the side that we're on over here. But we can just traverse all the way down to the base of the river, and you can almost hear it right now. But it's just incredible access to the Deschutes River, and that's basically what Bend started around, was the Deschutes River. And so as time has commenced and we have developed over the course of the last 100 years, we have just this amazing landscape of a town that has subdivisions and commercial commerce all up and down the river. And as time goes on, we can just expect that that's just going to continue as we go either south of Bend or north of Bend. But ultimately, there's just everything just kind of resides around the river. And that's what's cool.
We've talked about this a couple times, but I truly believe we're one of the more underdeveloped mountain towns in the U.S. But one thing that we really have over a lot of those other mountain towns is we have so much water. We are built right on the river. We've got so many lakes and rivers. We've got a bunch of different reservoirs. There's just so much water around here to go with the 6th largest ski resort in North America. I think it makes this one of the best places possibly in the world to live.
Yeah, and Zach's talking about Mount Bachelor. It is the 6th largest ski resort in North America. I mean, that's a statement in its own right? I mean, the 6th largest, that's crazy, considering there's Colorado, there's Utah, there's Montana, yet we have Mount Bachelor 20 miles away from where we're at right now. It's set to open up here in the next week or two. And it's just right here. Bend is on the map, of course, but it's not necessarily on the map in comparison with some of those other mountain town resorts. And we have this high desert climate that we're in, with a huge river that goes right through the center of town, and it starts up in those mountains where we're at right now. So that just makes this area just truly remarkable. And albeit we are no longer a secret, I still feel like we're kind of like flying under the radar when it comes to comparing ourselves to other ski resort style towns. And again, 20 miles away from the 6th largest ski resort in all of North America. But you can hear now we're getting down towards the river. So we've been walking in real time, and we're down here.
We're going to show you. We're going to get down just a little further, and we're going to spin around and show you how beautiful this is.
So that's what's interesting right here. We've just made it from a neighborhood where you can live.
Show them the river, Ryan.
And you can walk all the way down here to the river. It takes about 2 minutes to get down here. And now you're on this amazing trail. You kind of feel like you're out in the middle of nowhere in the wilderness, yet you're still right here in the center of town.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. When we were pulling up, I was like, let's show them how long it takes to get down to the river trail. And Ryan kind of laughed. He's like, man, you love the river trail. I do. This is one of my favorite places in all of Central Oregon, maybe in all the world. It's my sanctuary. It's quiet. You've seen several people pass by as we're filming, but everybody's just out enjoying the nature, just enjoying some quiet and the beauty of this place. It's so fantastic. So before we get too far, we're gonna have to hike back up that hill to continue this tour. So we'll get some more footage of the river while we're down here. But we really wanted to show you how close these neighborhoods are to good river access.
Okay, we are a little bit further to the north now in the southwest neighborhood that is Bend, but we're in Aspen Rim now, another one of the up and coming subdivisions here that is along the Brookswood corridor here. These homes were built back in the early 2000s here. It's a great master plan subdivision. There's a big park behind us. There's a swimming pool for the neighborhood association, and it's just a great area here just right off Brookswood. We're a little ways away from the river, and we just showed you what the river looked like off of the river trail here, but now we're going to walk through some of these homes on the path here to give you guys a feel for what this neighborhood is all about. A lot of it is Hayden Homes style homes here. We've talked about that in multiple videos over the past, and this gives you a feel for what a Hayden home subdivision, in addition to other developers that have built homes in this area, and what they've made of this particular subdivision. It's a great area.
So we've continued to work our way north up Brookswood. We haven't actually got back out on Brookswood though. We've been able to just kind of traverse through the subdivisions. You may notice we use the word traverse a lot. It's mostly me making fun of Ryan. We haven't actually had to go out onto Brookswood yet. You do have to go out on Brookswood to get to the old mill, but I mean, we're just minutes from the old mill here. This has a wonderful park. It's got a fireplace in the middle of this covering where you can have parties and all kinds of different stuff. Yeah, we'll cruise over there and show them that. But they've got a ton of big juniper and pine trees here. This is a really well thought out neighborhood. A lot of the homes you're going to see here were built in the early to mid 2000s. It's got a community swimming pool. It's a really quiet neighborhood. You don't see a lot of people out. You're really close to Elk Middle Elementary, Pine Ridge Elementary. What school district are we in here? Is it Cascade here?
Cascade Middle School and then Bend High School.
Which is current. Obviously, if the schools are important to you, always look at the boundaries and all that stuff. But yeah, it's just a really neat neighborhood. But if you look, this is a really cool spot. You know, if it's raining outside, little community area. You've got the pool over here, a lot of craftsman style homes. Some of them have a little bit more contemporary feel to them, but not ultra contemporary. They got a little straighter lines, and then you've got a lot of craftsman style homes, a lot of rock on the home. So really neat neighborhood. We're going to keep heading north towards the old mill, show you a couple more neighborhoods.
Okay, we are in Quail Pine Estates now, and we're just a couple neighborhoods or subdivisions down from where we just were in Renaissance Ridge and Aspen Rim Estates. And so what's unique about the Southwest neighborhood is that there are all kinds of flavors of subdivisions within this neighborhood. So we've got multi-million-dollar homes, and then we've got what we have where we're walking right now are single level homes in a great neighborhood, great location, much closer to the old mill from where we started. We're about a 5-minute drive at most to the old mill district from where we're traversing right now. I said it again, but these are single level homes. They range in between 1,200 square feet all the way up to maybe 1,800 square feet. Their price points are in between $600,000 and $800,000. So there's something for everybody. We're close to the river still, and our proximity to the old mill and downtown is second to none.
So super, again, Ryan just said we're super close to the old mill. So if you actually take Brookswood and continue, if you go south, they'll take you into Deschutes River Woods. We will do a video on Deschutes River Woods, but they're all half-acre to acre lots. You feel like you're in the forest when you're in Deschutes River Woods. Really neat area, but then going north, take you directly into the old mill, to the box factory, to downtown, to the west side of Bend. So, but this area, so there's one more neighborhood. We're probably not going to get to that neighborhood today. This video is getting a little lengthy. Elkhorn Estates, we're going to do subdivision videos of all the subdivisions in Bend, and we'll cover that. But we just wanted to show you the amazing southwest side of town. This is a really cool, quiet, but becoming very, very popular area. So if this is your first time on the channel, please subscribe, tap the bell for notifications, like the video, comment, let us know what else you would like to see. We'd love to help you guys make a move here or decide if it's the right place for you. But let us know what else you want to see. We're here. If you need us, whatever you need, just contact us. Call us, text us, email us, schedule a Zoom meeting on our Calendly link on the page. Whatever you guys need, we're here for you.
Thanks you guys for watching. We appreciate the support. We'll see you guys on the next video.